Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a Z Nation discussion video, also talking about the fact that it has officially been renewed for Season 3. So yeah, right off the bat, the show's been renewed for Season 3. Very happy about that. I think it's a very entertaining show. I really enjoy, being able to tune into it and just, kind of shut my mind off. Also, genuinely enjoy the style of it too. And I apologize, I haven't done weekly reviews like I said I was going to at one point. It's just the fact that, it's on a Friday night, but you guys know Thursday nights are pretty busy for me. I have to do my Vampire Diaries and Originals videos, pretty much 2 videos within an hour. And then, Z Nation's on the next night. So you could say it's out of laziness, and it kind of is, but I guess after doing 2 videos in one night, I kind of like to give myself a break the next day. But I am going to legitimately try to do weekly reviews of Z Nation. And sometimes it's also an issue because my girlfriend sometimes comes over on Fridays, so, it might not always be, right that same night, but I am going to try to do, individual episode reviews starting this week, hopefully, but we'll see. But, yeah, I have just caught up on the past few episodes of Z Nation I haven't really seen, and that was, Down the Mississippi, which is episode 7, episode 8, The Collector, episode 9, Rozwell, and episode 10, We Were Nowhere Near the Grand Canyon. All the episodes I enjoyed quite a bit, but probably my favorites out of the lot were The Collector. I thought it was a great episode, actually. I did like Down the Mississippi quite a bit, and We Were Nowhere Near the Grand Canyon ended up being pretty epic, too. But, so what we're going to do is we're not going to get, really too deep about any of them, but I did want to give you, my general thoughts and, the highlights from each of them, or my personal highlights when I watched them. So, episode 7, Down in Mississippi, of course, is just, cool seeing, the river and stuff like that, but I also really liked, I can't remember the characters' names right now. Give me a second, guys. Oh, let's see. Okay. Yeah, Sketchy and Skeezy. We seen them back in season 1, I believe, sort of towards the beginning of the series. And, so they came back, which is cool, they tied something back, and I just found them to be kind of entertaining characters, really. I'd watch a spin-off show about Sketchy and Skeezy. I thought they were very, entertaining duo. And, so they kind of carried the episode for me. I got a kick out of them. Also he's seen that, sort of what I think is a Mexican cartel leader, it's sort of tied to Vasquez's wife and, his family being killed and stuff like that, so I think we're going to see more of him. He's sort of going to be the big bad, at least towards the end of the season anyway. I think that's really what's going to happen with it. So I did enjoy that. The Collector, also in Down Mississippi, I did like that Doc was so, set on, making sure 10K was alive, or making sure 10K was following them, or that they didn't leave them behind. I just like their bond, their connection, back and forth and stuff like that. Certain members of the group you can tell are just sort of traveling together because they're traveling together, but then there's a couple of characters I feel are actually, that do actually care about each other, and Doc and 10K are 2 of those that actually legitimately care about the other, so I like their connection there. Episode 8, The Collector, is my favorite recently. Of course, it was just great seeing George R.R. Martin actually make a cameo in this one. You guys know I'm a pretty big Game of Thrones fan too. I reviewed the season 4 finale, and I did videos on every episode of season 5. We'll be doing it for season 6 as well. So it was really funny seeing George R.R. Martin show up. He was a Z, but he was still his muscle memory apparently still had him signing autographs and things like that. So I thought that was really hilarious. Also just seeing Murphy looking at all the zombie movie posters, and then he got a kick out of seeing Dawn of the Dead. He likes his zombies scary and funny at the same time, which kind of illustrates what the show tries to do, I think. And also I think the Collector is a fun, episode antagonist, He was crazy, he was doing research, which was actually somewhat interesting. different types of zombies. He's categorizing them and stuff like that. And he was just really obsessed, and he had like a grudge against the CDC, So I thought that was pretty entertaining too. And what really made that episode stand out for me though was with the scenes between Murphy and 10K actually, because they've kind of been butting heads recently over Cassandra and what 10K had to do, putting her down, giving her mercy because that wasn't her anymore. And so it was ironic that they both ended up being captured together at the end. Then Murphy had like a point where he looked like he was going to infect 10K the same way, which would have been cruel, but he actually turned around and ended up putting an end to the Collector. So I thought that was a really badass moment for Murphy. It was really a Murphy episode, not like a all-out character study, but it was really focused on like his perspective, and I thought it was actually really well done. Again, illustrating why Murphy is probably my favorite character on the show. So that episode is great. Episode 9, Rozwell. Of course, the main thing about that, this was not a throwaway episode, I don't want to say that, but this is just one of those episodes that's just done for, well, they're all done for the hilarity and entertainment of it, but this one was just done, it's like probably a one-time thing, maybe. Of course, the alien mystery surrounding, like, this group worshipping them and thinking they're going to come to save them and things like that. They ended up being taken to this Air Force base, by this woman who supposedly had contact with the aliens. And of course, it's just ridiculous, but I found it, pretty entertaining anyway. I do think it could have been a little bit better, though, but, it definitely wasn't one of my favorites this season, I don't think. But it's still kind of fun seeing Murphy, get teased by 10K over the idea, how he kept on saying, like, his relatives had seen this light, or, how his uncle had, like, a Sasquatch pelt or something like that. How Murphy just kept on getting more and more annoyed by it. So that was fun. But Rozwell was slightly disappointing, but still not a bad episode. And we were nowhere near the Grand Canyon, the one I just got done watching, actually. I thought that wasn't quite as good as The Collector, but probably around the same level as Down the Mississippi was for me. I did enjoy it pretty well. Of course, this thing, like their version of the Grand Canyon and stuff, is a cool little visual for sci-fi, standards, I guess. And, of course, we have that Indian tribe and stuff not wanting to leave their land and things like that. Of course, 10K bonding with another female who's not going to be in the next episode, so that part's kind of frustrating again, but I did like Murphy sort of like breaking and trying to save all the Z's at the end that were like heading their way, that huge herd. You didn't want them to fall off the cliff, but they did, and he's sort of broken about that. And then I liked that, so that ending scene where Roberta Warren, sort of reminded him that there's going to come a time when he's going to have to decide what he really is when it comes down to it, zombie or human. And so I feel like that's, obviously a thing they're building towards. So yeah, I'm pro Murphy, though I love Murphy. So I'm interested to see where they're going to take his character long term. But I don't think he'll ever like fully all out try and kill our survivors. I don't see him being like a villain, all out villain. I think he'll choose humans. But I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, the next episode on the 20th is going to be Corporate Retreat. That should be alright. So yeah, those are my overall thoughts on the last few episodes of Z Nation. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, I'm going to try to do weekly reviews of this, but like I said, it might not be as on time as some of my other ones are. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, you can find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Movie Pilot, and look for me on SpoiledDead.com. Again, very cool. I got renewed for Season 3, and I'll catch you guys next time. And peace.